comments or questions for the treasurer for the FY2016 Tribal Treasurer's Annual Report? And just a reminder, again, the report addresses the time frame between October 1st, 2015 to September 30th, 2016. So DeHasse, Leah, Linda, Cheryl.
I'd just like to make a motion to accept the report.
Second.
So motion by DeHasse Hill, seconded by, was that you, Cheryl?
Yep, thank
Cheryl
you.
Benton, to accept the report. All right, discussion then. You didn't have anything else? I think I called on Leah.
Yeah, I actually have been waiting here since before Tahaze, but this is regarding, we have a big problem with the annual report for Oneida 7 Generations Corporation. In review of the language of the report, looks like it was the exact same report copied and pasted from the fiscal year 2012, with the same numbers, the same language, the same everything. And by the way, the fiscal year 2012 report was billed as of this date of printing, Oneida 7 Generations had not provided audited financial statements. So basically, it's based on a third generation report which was incomplete by its own admission from fiscal year 2010. There are several things that occurred in the time period Melinda described. That would have been the City of Green Bay litigation with the Wisconsin Supreme Court. Although the tribe got a ruling in its favor, it still apparently wrote the debt down to 7 generations. So it's very unclear how there could be a total return to nation on this report when in reality, $4 million, $5 million was written down because of the waste incinerator project. Secondly, there was the litigation with ACF GCF in which a yet undisclosed but rumored to be multi-millions of dollars amount was paid out by Oneida 7 Generations to ACF GCF Eric Decatur. Where is this reflected in the statement? And finally, in terms of from the report that was submitted, it said 7 Generations is currently in litigation against Nature's Way principles of the corporation. What principal is that? Would that be Art Skinador High School principal? Would that be RON VAN DEN HEUVEL? And by the way, Brandon had recently mentioned to General Tribal Council on Facebook that you went to the Wisconsin Attorney General, I presume 2007, 2008, he said 10 years ago. And the AG said that it would be too much to prosecute and that we would be 20th in line for any judgments where there to be one occurred. So if that happened in 2007, 2008, why did we continue doing business with him for the waste incineration project? He's now looking at multiple federal bank fraud counts during the same period of time. He may very well be looking at state and more federal charges, including troubles with IRS, SEC, FBI, and so on. In 2015, myself and 41 tribal members requested the United States Attorney General to investigate this and his role in the waste incineration scheme. When is the Business Committee planning to take this matter up and request of the new Attorney General to continue the investigation of this? This still hasn't been resolved. These numbers are not correct.
Thank
What
you,
are you
Leah.
planning to do?
Your time has been concluded. I'll ask Brandon and Trish to respond to your questions. I know that for a fact the Business Committee did provide the General Tribal Council a litigation report with regards to the litigation that was occurring with ACF as well as 7 Generations Corporation with the City of Green Bay. So those issues have been reported. As a matter of fact, the General Tribal Council made a motion for us to continue to pursue the City of Green Bay litigation to recoup our costs that would have went into the property over on Humboldt Road. Brandon and then Trish.
That's not true. It was tabled and it died on the floor.
Excuse me, Leah. Brandon, go ahead. You have the floor.
I guess in reference, I don't know what the question is really, in reference to the report I think we gave in 2009, maybe 2008, we reported to the General Tribal Council that as a result of those dealings, we sent the report to the State's Attorney General's office for his purview and look, and he gave us the response back that the amount of money that we would spend litigating it would be less, would be more than what we'd get back from. And so we reported that to General Tribal Council, and General Tribal Council accepted that report. And in reference to the future, the pyrolysis plant, RON VAN DEN HEUVEL was not a part of those, was not a part of that plan, so there's no need for us to investigate anything.
Trish?
In regards to the audited financials, those were presented in the February 13th audit report. So there has been an update. Our corporations we run on a fiscal year as of September 30th. Our corporations run as of December of a given year. So there's a difference in the numbers that would be presented that's acceptable. Again, this was identified as the unaudited report. However, again, I stress that the audit was accepted on February 13, 2017 for the fiscal year 2016 budget.
Linda?
I was just waiting respectfully for you to answer her other question regarding the fiscal year 2010. Why is the report the same in this packet as it was? What year did you say?
2012 and 2010, yes.
2012 and 2010.
Trish, did you want to answer, please?
Again, the fiscal report, the financial reports, I can't tell you why it's the same. I'm not seeing the same numbers you are. I'm not sure if we're in the same packet. First, I'd like to clarify that, because the information on page 9, it talks about 7 gens, total numbers of investment, 1,938,586. The increase in the equity value brought it to 2,313,164, and the total return to the nation was 541,295. I'm not sure where you're pointing out about a 2010 account. Again,
You
the
would have to
annual
go and get
reports
and
were-
access that information from the website.
Excuse me, Leah, you do not have the floor. The General Tribal Council already voted and
I
said
was
that
helping
you
to
only
where-
get to speak once, so
I
I
was
would
helping
ask-
her where she can find it.
Excuse me. The treasurer can take that question back. I think it's a legitimate question about whether or not the report continues to be the same. I don't have access to the 2012 report in front of me, but I think that's a legitimate question to be asked, and I would ask the treasurer to go back and look to see if the report is the same or not. I would
I can
assume
do-
that the finance area would be responsible to report the numbers along with 7 Generations Corporation, so I'll ask the treasurer to do that.